Open Social Enterprise Access, OSEA. Communitarian-Organized Humanitarian, empowering accessible, resilient, and dignified resources for inclusive, green, healthy, and transformative society. Coherd Rights. Poverty Reduction Organized Disaster Resilient Enterprise on accessing mobilization and empowerment resources. Pro-Dreamer. Poor Community Social Enterprise Education on Digital Technology for Buy One, Take One Capital Generation Donors. Poor Co-Seed Tech, B1T1 CGD. I am still in the ideation stage of establishing an enterprise startup that will reduce the risk of family subsistence and survival stage of poor community leaders. The barriers of my own family survival stage did not hinder me from organizing a small community association of informal settler families, which I was able to represent, and made me the currently elected VDC Sector Council member for a 3-year term, from December 3, 2024 to December 3, 2026, in the National Anti-Poverty Commission. The research to be employed is a non-traditional and community-based organic storytelling appreciative inquiry method, with the community in need and the facilitator staffs to be hired. Research target outputs of how to solve the basic problem, based also on the vulnerability and capacity of target community leaders, including the community citizens that are exposed to the risks and hazards of poverty, is hoped to inspire economic basic sustenance or survival within the target research process and project implementation. The project shall request corporate businesses to provide a buy one take one as an alternative to their media commercial advertisement and costs, while at the same time providing assistance to poor people that they can report as corporate expenses that can be deducted from their income taxes or as part of their corporate social responsibility. The poor community leaders of associations shall, based on buy one take one sponsorship of partner business corporations, allocate 50% of gross sales into shares of 20% to the association president, 30% to association leaders, and the remaining 50% to be divided and computed based on the amount bought by the actual buyers or consumers of buy one take one. This amount shall be declared as capital share in the cooperative to be established. The main idea is for every poor community association to establish a startup social enterprise based on total share capital collected from beneficiaries and buyers from the buy one take one sponsorship. The research activities shall be in-progress data gathering and data mapping of resources from donors and from the marginalized target beneficiaries, and shall employ a simple, organic method of knowing the poor vulnerabilities and capacities in simple stories, beyond academic rigidity, but will also collaborate with willing academic research institutions. Many poor people do not have the capacity to understand how to utilize digital finance technology. The solution is to capacitate the poor people with utilizing digital money transactions through the actual use of digital technology in day-to-day business. The concept is already described in the previous questions. Define your target markets. Who are your target customers? Discuss any customer discovery that you have done and explain your marketing strategy to successfully reach customers in your target markets. The marketing strategy is based on what the target association leaders will contextualize in their associations. We will need to allow the community leaders to design their niche. Summarize your financial model including actual and projected revenue earned and actual and projected costs expended over the last 2 years and for the next 3 years. The financial model is basically non-existent yet, except that we will leave the identification of problems and solutions to the community leaders and beneficiaries. Financial model is not yet developed, except that it is here being proposed to explore corporate sponsorship to provide product assistance of buy one, take one that will provide capital for a cooperative development. Instead of paying for paid TV advertisement, the corporate business will commercialize their product providing assistance to communities through buy one take one. The communities will later sustainably consume their products through the enterprise while gaining income through basic needs consumption. The EBPC is committed to supporting purpose-driven ventures and founder teams who leverage innovation to eliminate systemic inequities in worldwide education. We hope particularly to support ventures that target those communities that have been historically underserved. Describe how you are addressing systemic barriers in education. Education is only for the haves, not for the have-nots. But this initiative call will explore support to leveling off the playing field. Half of the profit will be co-owned by community consumers. Half of the profit for the running costs, management, and profit for sustainability generation of the Open Social Enterprise Access, OSEA. This proposed project is not for those haves, but for the have-nots. No need to explain further the equity, since the proposal is basically to look for problems and solutions to be tested that are not yet existing. Since if solutions are available, why many people suffer from poverty of education for livelihood and food security? This funding call can be an eye-opener to understand and support those beyond-the-box problems at the context of community frontliners. Who are your competitors? How do you differentiate? Discuss your competitive advantage. Discuss any barriers to entry or intellectual property you've built to sustain your long-term competitive advantage. No competition, except for dole-out activities of politicians. All those information provided herewith are original ideas that need to be explored, piloted, and to be scaled up. It should be safe to fail.